paper towel, we'll get that, clean the rim. Yo, what's up guys, we're back at it. Today we're gonna change the oil and filter on the 2024 Kawasaki Z900 RS Cafe. So before you start your oil and filter change, you do want to make sure you run the bike around the block. You want the juices to be warm and flowing. Park it, put on a hat, put on some sunblock. We don't want to get burned out here. It's hot, and then we'll jump right into it. So these are the items that you're going to need for your oil and filter change for your Kawasaki Z900 RS or RS Cafe. They recommend getting your oil and filter changed once a year or every 12,000 kilometers, which is about 7,500 miles. Now it's important to get your very first oil change in service at the 600 mile mark, but aside from that, it's every 12,000 kilometers. If we're gonna change the oil and filter, we need 4 quarts of SAE 10W40. If we're only changing the oil and not the filter, then you need 3.5. We're gonna need a 17 millimeter wrench, torque wrench, oil filter wrench, funnel. This is what the kit comes with here, a little paper funnel, but what's important is the crush washer, which we're going to use to replace the oil plug crush washer afterwards. Official Kawasaki oil filter, 160970008. Now on Amazon, you can get the 4-pack of the 4 quarts with the filter, the crush washer, and the filter for just 60 bucks. It all comes in a neat packaged up package. I can put a link for it right there. So first things first, we want to get an oil pan. This is actually just a pan from a dollar store for food. It all works the same as long as it catches it. We want to remove the oil drain plug there, all right? We're gonna need a 17 millimeter socket wrench for that. Once we get that off, we'll make sure we discard the old crush washer and we'll replace it with a new one later. God damn. Come on. Yikes. All right, well that was a lot of energy. So now that we cracked that loose, we're just gonna take off the little drain bolt. We'll get the washer. We'll let it flow. Little bounty, clean that off real nice. Voila, we've got a pristine drain bolt. We'll put this aside for now. So the oil's still dripping out of there, but in the meantime, I'm gonna work on loosening up the oil filter. Now you have to get an oil filter wrench. There's a variety of them. This one, it just clamps right onto it. It's got nice teeth, lefty-loosey. They also make ones with like prongs, which you can get right on there, twist it right off. So we'll work on that while the oil's dripping out. Starting to get loose. There it is. As you see, it's gonna mangle the previous filter. Once you get a little loose, we can just take it off by hand. Let's see if it's hot. No, it's not. Now I've got the oil filter pretty loosened up here. I'm just gonna slowly let it drain out, and then I'll just unscrew it ever so gently so we don't splash hot oil everywhere. Voila. All right, now we've got the old filter. We will put this aside and discard this one. So now that we've got the oil drain plug and the oil filter off, we're gonna let everything drip out completely. Once it's all dripped out, we'll use a fresh paper towel, clean off the edges of everything. So while the final drops of the oil are expelling from the bike, if you will, now we can get our new Kawasaki OEM filter, oil filter here. And all we wanna do is get some of that SAE 10W40. We're gonna tip the bottle upside down. We're gonna right side up, take off the cap, and then in the cap there'll be a little bit of oil. We're just gonna get our finger, rub it in there, and apply that right to the gasket of the new oil filter. See that? Get that good stuff on there. Makes the seal real sealed up. So I'm gonna take a paper towel here. I'm just gonna clean off the edges of the oil filter housing unit, we can call it. We've got our brand new oil filter that's got a nice seal on there now, and they recommend 13 foot-pounds of torque. I always find just with the oil filters, hand screwing it on is enough. Give it a good 1-2 once it's on there. So that's what I'm about to do right now. We're just gonna get it on there, righty-tighty, and then get it to the point where you can't get it no more. Clean off my hands because they got a little oil on them. Then I'm gonna give it a good squeeze on there. 1, 2, 3. That thing ain't going nowhere. Now if we want to do it properly, we can use a torque wrench. We're going to set it to 13 foot-pounds of torque, and we need a oil filter wrench. This one is 65 millimeters and 14 flutes. Now that's the one you want to get that's going to fit specifically for the Kawasaki oil filter. So it's a 3/8 drive. Click it right on there, nice and snug. Same thing, we want to listen for the click. That's when you know it's reached the torque spec that you set. So let's do it. Get it on, simple. Oh, that's it, easy. Now that the oil filter's on, now we can get back to the oil drain plug. We've got our oil drain bolt here and a brand new crush washer. I'm gonna clean off the edges of the little mouth there, put our new bad boy right up on there, and then we're just gonna twist our little friend back in. Don't drop it in the oil. Twist it by hand. Now they recommend for the oil drain bolt using a torque wrench for sure. 21 foot-pounds of torque. Now I'm gonna take my socket, 17 millimeter, off there. 3/8 drive, doesn't matter what you get. Oh man, it's hot, it's been sitting in the sun. This is the torque wrench. Set it to 21 foot-pounds of torque. Man, this wrench is burning hot. It's been in the sun baking. Now when the torque wrench snaps, that's when you know it's reached the limit that you set. So let's listen for the snap. There it is, hear that? 21 foot-pounds of torque, right up on that bad boy. You need to get yourself a torque wrench. Just make sure you get the drives that match the same socket as your socket wrench. All right, 3/8 drive, keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. All right, now that we've got all the old oil out, we've got a brand new oil filter, brand new crush washer, and replaced the oil drain plug. Let's go to the other side of the bike. We'll fill it up with some fresh oil. Now what we're looking for is right here, the oil filler cap. You just simply, oh goodness, unscrew that lefty-loosey, and we'll put this aside somewhere safe because we don't want to lose that. Now down here is where you can see this clear little glass window, and that shows you where the oil levels are at. There's a maximum line and a minimum line. We want the oil levels to be right in the middle. Now, the bike is not on a center stand. Right now, it's on this kickstand. So, one, if you have a center stand, put it on there. It's going to make your life much easier. If you don't, here's a little life hack. Get yourself like a rock, something flat. This is a piece of wood I found. We're going to want to put it under the kickstand to try to make the bike as level as possible. I checked from the rear, it's not vertical enough. So I'm going to makeshift some more little stuff underneath. Just make sure it's stable. You don't want the bike falling over. If you have like a nice rock or something like that, that'll help. Well, now that the bike is somewhat straight, like I said, if you have a center stand, toss it on there. If not, get creative to try to get the bike kind of vertical. Regardless, the bike needs 4 quarts of oil if we're doing the oil and filter, and it only needs 3.5 if we're only doing the oil and not the filter. Get yourself a nice little funnel. Voila. Let's start the pouring. Keep a napkin close by just in case. Now take your time, there's no rush. Sometimes you pour too fast and that oil is gonna overflow because it takes time to get down into the actual motor. Oh, you see, I got overzealous.
1, 2.
Now for the last quart, I do recommend taking it slow. Pour about 7/8, 4/5. You know, don't do the whole bottle. Get close. Check the little window down there. But they did say 4 quarts is 4 quarts. So in the long run, 4 quarts should be 4 quarts. Now, if the oil winds up being too much and it winds up above that maximum line and the little sight glass down there, then what we're gonna have to do is loosen up that oil drain plug again and drain some out, which is a little bit of a hassle. So we don't want that to happen. You can also use some type of syringe to extract the oil from here, and maybe I'll invest in one in the future because that's a lot easier than untorquing that drain bolt, which we tightened real nice to 21 foot-pounds of torque. So right now I got a little bit left. I want to stand the bike up vertically. It really helps if you have a buddy, and then to see how the glass is looking down there. So right now I'm just kind of holding the bike up vertically. Where are we getting there? Perfect. So we've got all 4 quarts in the bike here. I'm going to take the funnel off here. Get some paper towel. We'll get that. Clean the rim. Clean Clean off the little cap too. You don't want any grime on there. Twist that bad boy right back on there. Give it a good 1-2. 1-2. Now that the bike has fresh new oil, brand new oil filter, you do want to take it a little ride around the block. Make sure the juices get to everywhere it needs to get to. Put the bike vertical again. Check to make sure in the little hourglass that the levels are good. If they're good, you're golden. Check under your bike too. You want to check for leaks or anything like that. It might burn off a little oil initially from oil that might have got in on the exhaust or something like that. So you might see a little smoke. That's normal. All right, let's go for a little ride and we'll check back. So now with the bike running, we want to check the oil filter seal and the drain plug seal. Make sure no oil dripping on the ground there. And once you get back from your ride, turn off the ignition, let it settle, let all the juices calm down and reset. Check the window again. If we're between that minimum and the maximum, you, my friend, are golden. So now let's discard rather, the old used oil. Let's go. So what you want to do is get your 4 empty quartz bottles here. We're going to put the old oil back in the new old bottles, if that makes sense. Now if you're using an oil pan, it has a little spout, I guess you can call it, where the oil will guide through. If we're using a tinfoil pan like me, what you can do is kind of pinch one of the corners to make it a triangle point. You know, rather than a round corner, make it a pointy corner. That way focuses the oil.